examination. So in a nutshell, step 1 on the success triangle is understanding the concepts, understanding the principles of the subject that you are writing. As I said, many people skip this and they go to step 3, practicing questions. You will fail. Because when you are practicing the questions, you will be confused. When you are practicing the question, you will not be able to understand. When you are practicing the question, you cannot correlate the topics. You cannot collect. You cannot say, oh, this footnote is about this standard. Because the way you build confidence is when you understand the principles. That's the first step. That's the first step. So as you prepare to write your next examination, I don't know when that is going to be, you must understand the fundamental principles. You must understand the fundamental concepts. Now, once you are okay, you have started that, you're going through the principles, you understand the concept, you know how each topic is intertwined and related, then you can go to the next step, that is step 2, and that is what I call the examination analysis. The examination analysis. This is very critical, and as I always say, for ACCA, you can easily see the examination analysis in the study text. Once you open the study text, you can see the examination analysis to see the trend of the topics that have been examined. But in ICA, probably we are yet to see that by the Institute of Chartered Accountants, Ghana. But I always provide examination analysis for students in each examination setting. Why is the examination analysis important? Because the examination analysis informs you about the trend of the examination. Now, I want you to be careful about this, and I want you to take this carefully, because this is what you have to understand. In each examination sitting, the examiner has an objective. You will say, Nhyira, how do you know? In each examination sitting, the examiner has an objective. Now, the examiner's objective for each subject is to enable students not to just pass the exams, but to go out there and be fully furnished, and be fully covered, and be fully capable. But that doesn't mean that he can examine everything in each examination sitting. So what he does is that there are various different shades to various topics, like financial reporting. As you saw, just 5 things: conceptual framework, regulatory framework, accounting standards, single entity financial statement, consolidated financial statement, and then interpretation of financial statement. In each examination sitting, these things are going to be there. But which ones will the examiner bring? That is where the issue comes in. So the examination analysis tells you a couple of things. Number 1, the examination analysis will inform you the things that the examiner has asked in the past. The examination analysis should inform you the things that are left in the syllabus that the examiner hasn't asked. And third, the examination analysis should inform you what the examiner is likely to examine this particular semester, this particular examination sitting. This is very important. This is very critical, because you will be studying. There are people who study, and I tell them that what you study will not come in the exam hall. Then they are like, Nhyira, why are you saying that? I said, this semester it will not be there. They say, but Nhyira, somebody said this, my friend attending lectures here said this, their lecturer said this, whatever. I said, it will not be examined. Why? Because it is not the objective of the examiner to examine that paper or to examine what you think he should examine in that examination setting. So people are like, okay, Nhyira, so how are you able to some extent, about 75%, 80% certain that what I'm learning, the examiner is not going to ask on that. And almost all the time, they go in there and they are like, yeah, Nhyira, you said it. It didn't come. I'm like, yeah, it won't come because the examiner is not interested in it. Then they're like, okay, so Nhyira, how are you able to do that? That one, you got to leave it to me. Okay, you got to leave it to me, because it's something that I do and something that I know and understand how to do it. And because as I said, we look at the behavior of the examiner in the past, we look at what he is capable of doing, we look at what is left in the syllabus, then we decide what you will do in the examination sitting. So after you understand the principles, after you understand the concept, after you understand the basics of the subject of the topics, you must ask yourself, for this examination sitting, what is the examiner likely to focus on? This is key. This is key. That is why every examination sitting, I give an examination analysis document to our students across the country. Because the examination analysis document has proven certain that at most, you're going to be having 3 questions directly coming from the examination analysis document. Specific, because initially when we started, the document was very detailed. We were given a lot of things, but now we just hit it on the head. Do this, do that, do that. These are the things that you have to focus on. And they go in there, you have 3 questions. So if I can give you 3 questions from the examination analysis document, boom, you're good to go and you can increase your chances. So you must understand, what is the analysis? What is the examiner has been setting on? Why is that important? Because the topics are the same, but as I said, each topic has various things under it. So when you pick procurement, last semester maybe the examiner set a question on methods of procurement. It means this semester he may not set question on method of procurement. Are you getting it? There are a lot of things in under procurement that he could set question on. So you find yourself, okay, what has he asked in the past? What is left with procurement that he has not asked? Then you narrow it down and you will be sure about that. So the examiner is not likely to repeat questions. Topics are repeats, but questions are not repeats. The examiner doesn't repeat questions. So the topic will be repeat, but it can be repeated by the examiner, but then the topics will not be repeated. And that's what you got to be. What did I say? Let me take that again. Topics can be repeated, but the questions cannot be repeated, and that's what you've got to understand about that. It's very critical, it's very, very important. So when you understand the principles, 2, you can come to the examination analysis. Now, once you get the examination analysis, now it gives you confidence and it tells you what kind of questions you are supposed to solve. Now, this is how I approach the thing. Let's say you have 4 months to prepare for the exams. With the current cycle of the CA examination, we usually have 4 months for preparation. So, this is what you've got to do. And this is something also many students do that I don't like. They wait and wait and wait and wait 2 weeks, 1 month to exams, then they start being serious. See, you've got to stop. It's about the mindset. It's about the mindset. You've got to stop that. So you have 4 months to write the exams. So what do? All other things being equal, the first 2.5 months, okay, you're going to use that to understand the principles. What does that mean? If you're attending lectures, it means you don't go by the lectures. Many of you attend lectures and you open the book only once a week. You can't become a professional, an industry leader, a thought person, a cutting edge person by learning just once in the lecture hall. It's not possible. You cannot do that. Because chances are, when you come for lectures, especially in the evening, you are tired from the day's work. Your mind, you are having mental fatigue already. So everything that is being taught, chances are you are not able to really assimilate most of those things. So if you dump it there, you don't open the book, the following week before you come to class, before you open the book again, then you are causing a lot of harm for yourself. So you must have a personal timetable that, hey, I'm starting in January, I have an exam in May. I'm starting in July, I have an exam in November, 4 months. How do I structure my time? Very, very important. So the first 2.5 months, understand all the principles. Spend time. Watch all the videos you can watch on my channel. Watch all the things you can watch. Read the books you need to read. Read the topics you need to read. Give yourself 1.5 months. Boom. Understand all the principles, all the concepts. You may not be able to understand everything, but cover at most about 90% of the syllabus. Finish. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Because you are building yourself up. You are understanding the principles that underline the topics. Then, you now find out about the analysis. You now find out about the analysis. What has been the behavior of the examiner? What has been the trend of the questions? You find out that. Then, about a month to the exams, you can now start what? Solving questions. That's the third step. Step 3, practice questions. Practice questions. You've got to be careful again here about practice questions. And many of the time people make mistake and just practice past questions, but that is wrong. That is wrong. Practicing past questions is not guarantee that you'll be in a better position to write the examination. That's not a deal. That's not a deal. That's why I didn't say practice past questions, Darby. I said practice questions. So in addition to the past questions, look for questions outside the past questions. Look for questions. So if you're writing the CA Ghana examination, in addition to the past questions that you'll be looking at from the CA website, look at questions from ACCA. Look at questions from other grounds. Look at questions from other bodies. Like, look at questions from other sources and find out how the same thought can be what? Reiterated, because chances are questions are going to be picked not from the past question, but from other sources. So the question is, where do they pick those questions from? So you have to also look at other sources and pick your questions from there and practice those questions. So if you are just on, I've seen people, that is why I don't tell my students to buy any ICA past questions. It's not necessary. It's not useful. And I've seen people printing it, putting their names and so-called on this, on it. It doesn't make any sense. You compile past questions, it doesn't make any sense. And chances are, this is why I don't like a lot of the things they do, because they compile the past questions without making references, because a lot of times there are errors. It could be typo errors, it could be just errors. There are figures that are not supposed to be there that are there, and they just pick it, convert it, and they print it out thinking they've compiled past questions. No. That is why our question kits here at the Premium Education Hub, it's not the ICA past questions. These are questions we put together from various sources. We put it from Open Tuition, we put it from London School of Business and Finance, we put it from ACCA, we put it from ICA, like various sources. That's how we build our question kits up. Because you cannot just focus on the CA past question and be in a position to pass the exams. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to pass the exams, step 1, understand the underlying principles. Step 2, make sure you understand the examination analysis document. Step 3, make sure you practice a lot of questions. That's it. So if you have 1 month or so in practicing questions, and remember, our executive revision masterclass always comes on 2 weeks to the exams. This is where I spend 2 weeks intensively in narrowing down the principles, giving students the examination analysis documents. Then we go through our mock session and mock discussion session, as well as a one-on-one session with me. So this is what you have to understand when we talk about the success triangle, how to become successful and how to pass your professional examination. These are the 3 steps. These are the 3 key things. So please, a lot of you, about 99% of you watching this video have been sold on this. Yeah, solve questions. When you solve the past questions, when you go, you pass the exams. It doesn't work. You will fail. It doesn't work that way. Make sure you understand the principles first. Understand the trend of the examination. Then practice questions. I didn't say practice past questions. I said practice questions. So in addition to the CA past questions, in addition to the past questions compilation, I just don't know. Okay? Just look at other sources. Look at ACCA. Look at Open Tuition. Sometimes you can just Google a topic, questions on the topic, and you'll get some questions. Practice them, because that will open you up. That will enable you to see things from other sources, various sources, and that will enable you to do well in the examination. I believe with all certainty that if you're able to follow this 3 steps, you will be on your way to becoming successful. You will be on your way in being in a better position in order for you to pass your exams. This is very important, this is very critical, and I know it can assist you. So comment below what you think about this video. Comment below what you think about what we've covered so far. Comment below what you think about the success triangle. Whether you think that it is something that can assist you, something that can work well for you, something that you think that you can use in your career, in your life, and in the things that you do. And I'll see you in another video as we talk about another topic in relation to how you can pass your professional examination.